Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Oh man, not TIMBO. Not TIMBO. Anyway, guys, let me fix up. Let me snap out of it. How you doing? Welcome to Full Time Devils. It's Monday. I'm Adam McCullough. We are live and we've got a piece of confirmed news for you and a little bit of news that is about to get confirmed. Yes, Cameron Beckham Jackson, aka Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, has signed for Leeds United on a season-long loan. Yes, dirty Leeds, but it's a season-long loan move which sees him go to the Championship, a place where he was on loan last season at Wolves. Didn't have the best of times, made about 14 appearances, and hopefully now he can go and play for Leeds United and play regular football, because that's exactly what Cameron Borthwick-Jackson needs. He got game time under Louis van Gaal here at the club, and he looked promising, particularly going forward. His crosses into the box were absolutely brilliant, and defensively he was okay too, although we knew he had to work on that. And I think he showed a lot about him. But then he had his fitness worries, all that stuff. Went out on loan. The loan move didn't go well for him, and now he came back to the club last season. He couldn't play for Manchester United against Crystal Palace because of the way the loan move had ended. He couldn't be registered for the club, so he could only play under 23 football at the end, which is why he wasn't involved against Crystal Palace on the final day. And that was disappointing as well. But let's hope Cameron Borthwick-Jackson can go on and have a very, very good season for Leeds. Maybe not good enough for them to get promoted, unless, well, it would be good to have an away day again at Leeds, but still, maybe not enough to get promoted. We like to see him suffer down there, but I hope he does well personally, and I hope he really gets the experience that he needs to push on. Moving on to another move which we'll be discussing today as well, and that's Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Now, if you remember when we were discussing about right backs and Fabinho and Serge Aurier and all this stuff, I was saying, look, Fosu-Mensah should stay at Man United, but if we haven't got plans to give him regular football, we need to send him out on loan. It's not fair for Fosu-Mensah to be sat on the bench. He's too good to be doing that. He needs to be earning minutes. We saw last season Andreas Pereira went away to Granada, and he's come back and he looks like the pennies dropped with him. Something's clicked with Andreas Pereira, and he looks like he's ready to come in and fight for a spot. Now, I'm not saying Fosu-Mensah isn't. I believe he has got the ability to play for Manchester United now and get his minutes and maybe learn his trade here. But the pressures are on for Jose Mourinho this season. And with Antonio Valencia, one of our players of the season last season, playing at right back, it's going to be difficult for Fosu to get his minutes there. So where else can we play him? Central defensive midfielder, where he can play, but Nemanja Matic, Michael Carrick, and maybe is a little bit too raw to play in that centre of defensive midfield, because if you look at him when he's playing, he's very explosive. He's very, like, he'll fly into challenges, he'll fly into things, and I love that about him. He's very robust and aggressive, but also he needs a little bit of maturity in that to just control it a little bit. So I think going away to Crystal Palace on loan, like I said, if he's not going to play for Man United this season, it's a great move for him now. He's going to have a medical on Monday, and he'll join up with Frank de Boer, who has been searching for additions to his defence. So he wants defenders, and it could be a place that he'll provide cover for his regular right back, Joel Ward, and also be able to play possibly as a cover in the centre of defence as well. With them playing a back three, back five kind of thing, it could work for them. So I'm happy with this move, but a little bit sad as well, because I don't like to see Timothy Fosu-Mensah leaving Manchester United. I never wanted to see this happen. I would have preferred him to get his minutes here. But if you see the way Jose Mourinho has treated him, I think it is obvious that Jose Mourinho does like him, because he's kept him around the first team squad all last season. He didn't play much, which was really annoying, especially when we were chopping and changing the squad so much. But he left him there, close to the squad, in the squad, on the bench, travelling with the squad, getting to know how he works, how his tactics are, what he demands from his players, what he demands from his right back, his centre backs, his central midfield. He's been able to pick up all those kind of things. He spent a pre-season with Manchester United, training with the club, training with Jose Mourinho, training with all of our players. And now he's going to go away. And hopefully it's a good move for him. Hopefully he plays football week in, week out. You'd like to think with his compatriot, Frank de Boer would know a little bit about him. Tim Fosu-Mensah. De Boers are going to be clued up on the youth side of thing in Holland. So they'll know all about Fosu-Mensah coming from Ajax. And I'm sure Fosu-Mensah will get minutes there. He's good enough. He's hungry enough. And I remember his interview when he was on tour, and he was like, I'm a Man United player. I want to fight for my spot at Manchester United. And I have no doubt that was the case. But I think back in the back of his mind, he may have knew this was coming. Liam says, as heartbreaking as it is, if he gets regular game time next year, Timbo could become a phenomenal player. Totally agree with you, mate. When you look at the qualities that Timothy Fosu-Mensah possesses, his strength, his aerial ability, his speed, his aggression, his tackling ability, he's a perfect Jose Mourinho player, and he will play in any position. You hear him being asked, what's your favourite position? Any of them? I play well in all of them, he'll say. And it's that hunger and that desire that will impress Jose Mourinho from Fosu-Mensah. And I think big season for him. It's nice that it's in the Premier League as well. We can keep an eye on him. We can, watch their games. Hope he does a good performance when he plays against our rivals. He won't obviously be playing against Manchester United. But Fosu-Mensah's got a good loan move here, I think. I hope he adjusts to life in London as well and settles down there. Because obviously that can be a big move for some people as well. But I just hope he gets the minutes under his belt that his talent deserves. And he comes back to Old Trafford next season. Because maybe Jose has looked at Andreas Pereira as well and thought that loan move did him well at Granada. And he's come back with a swagger to him. So I'm liking that. I'm liking it a lot. Natalie thinks we're probably getting a wing back in now. MZG says, I love Fosu-Mensah. I had to be sexy areas. Thanks, mate. We need a left back and a left winger. Somebody commented, will he be a first team player at United next season? Says Gorang. I'd like to think so. Lone Joel, Fosu and Twanzebe with option to recall, said RG Smith. Excuse me. My coffee just repeating on me there. That's terribly rude of me. I do apologise for that. Got it is going, but he needs game time. Yeah, guys, I totally agree with all of you here, It's gutting to see, but he needs game time. And it's ruthless. If he's not getting it at Manchester United, he needs to go elsewhere. But I do think, this would have been something that he would have known all along. I think he would have known from the start of the campaign. And good luck to Tim Fosu-Mensah. We know he watches Full Time Devils. We know he's a big fan of the channel. Timbo, good luck on your loan move, mate. Absolutely tear it up. And become the player we know you are going to become to be at Manchester United as well. We want to see it in that red shirt. So make sure you come back, for God's sake. I'll have a breakdown if Timbo leaves. I will absolutely have a breakdown if Timbo leaves. It's that simple. Show him support and back the lad. Perfect move for Timbo. Premier League experience, says Zoheb. Palace will develop Timbo, says Harry. Yeah, the fact that they've got De Boer really does settle me a little bit, because they haven't got a clueless Alan Pardew. They haven't got Sam Allardyce, who isn't clueless, but is going to play a Route 1 style of football. He's not going to get the ball down on the part, really, and play. His defenders are going to be there to defend, and that's it. So seeing him go there, nice. Zylo says Darmian going nowhere then, and Shaw being given a chance. I think that is clearly the case. I think Jose has already hinted at giving Luke Shaw an opportunity to cement his place this season. But I think, Matteo Darmian's been linked with a move to Juventus, which is a little bit worrying. And to see him linked with that move, and then, because Darmian's not first choice at Manchester United, at left back or right back. We know Luke Shaw, if he comes in, settles, he'll be main left back. We also got Daley Blind that can play there. At right back, we've got Valencia, who that's his first team spot. Darmian will, of course, play in both positions, but he's not first choice. At Juventus, he could possibly be first choice. He could have been offered that. So it's been difficult to keep him without first team football, so he must have been promised something. Josh says, will Ronaldo be playing tomorrow or is he unfit? He has travelled with the Real Madrid squad. Whether he starts or not remains to be seen. He hasn't had much of a pre-season. I think he got into pre-season about a week ago, maybe last week, sorry. So he hasn't had much of a pre-season at all. Get the minutes in the legs. He's going to be even better. A beast at United, says Habib. No Bale staying at Real. Yeah, I think that was obvious. Timbo was a beast against Zoya Luhansk last year. Do you remember, says Owen, do you remember his performance against Tottenham Hotspur under Louis van Gaal? We lost the game 3-0, but I remember before he went off the pitch, we were in the game, we had shut them out, and then as soon as he went off, they just tore us apart and they won 3-0. And that was a big sign of Timbo's influence that he could have on this team, and his quality that he does have is absolutely beautiful, mate. I love Timbo. Absolute class player. Guys, hit that like button. Today we are talking the youth them. Yes, Timbo and CBJ. CBJ has already gone on loan. Timothy Fosu-Mensah is close to competing a loan move. So these are the things that are going down right now. Does this mean somebody's on his way in? Is Jose Mourinho more happy to let Fosu go now that he knows someone's coming in? Obviously, we got Serge Aurier, who's got his court troubles, and he's got his court case today, and we had all that going down. We've heard him linked with Manchester United. Could it be a case that he's on his way in? So a lot of questions can come up from this, but we'll be with you throughout the day anyway. I'll be on tomorrow's transfers tonight, so maybe we'll know more by then as well. Don't worry though, I'm not going anywhere yet. We're here for the next couple of minutes. Next 10, 15 minutes maybe. As long as you guys keep this thing interesting, we will still be here. I'm just putting a message in right now to you guys, telling you to hit that like button. Hit the like button, guys. We've got 181 likes. We've got 672 people in here. Something ain't right, so go and hit that like button. Josh says, why won't we sign a left back? I think it's probably because we've got a load of players that can play in left back. Luke Shaw, Daley Blind, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson gone. Luke Shaw, Daley Blind, Matteo Darmian, Demi Mitchell can also play there. Marcus Rojo can play there. There's 5 players that are in the first team or on the fringes of the first team. So to say, come on, mate. Don't need a left back. Had Dele Alli on his pocket all game, said RG Smith. Yes, hit it 2 times, says Hendra. Hit that like button 2 times. Go on. Well, don't hit it 2 times, actually. If you hit it 2 times, your light comes off. So hit it once or 3 times. Yeah. Once or 3 times. Don't hit it once and then turn it off again. Don't make sense, guys. Don't make sense. If CBJ isn't booed on his Leeds debut, then there is no more soul left in football, says Drove. How would you rate our transfer window so far, says Stuart Clancy? Well, with Timothy Fosu-Mensah leaving, I would rate this a fat 0 out of 10. Nah, I am kidding. Obviously, you can only really rate a transfer window when you look at the end of the season and see what it's done to you. But, I mean, I'd say 7 out of 10. We've got 3 out of the 4 players we wanted. I think 2 out of those 3 players are definitely going to be hits at the club. I think we need to give Lindelof time. But I think 7 out of 10. I don't think it's been perfect, but it hasn't been bad either. What are your ratings of the transfer window out of 10? Get your comments in, guys. Get them in right now. We are here. We are live on Full Time Devils. We're talking Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. We're talking Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson has joined Leeds on a season-long loan move to the Championship club. And Timothy Fosu-Mensah has got a medical in London today with Crystal Palace in a potential move to Crystal Palace for a season-long loan move. He'll be joining up with Frank de Boer's club. Is obviously first season in the Premier League, and the ball will know Wagwan in Holland, what's going on with Ajax. He'll know about Timothy Fosu-Mensah. He'll know about his strengths, his weaknesses, and I am sure Fosu-Mensah will have a good time down in Palace. And let's hope he comes back to Manchester United next season, ready to fight for a first team spot, just like it looks like Andreas Pereira has done this time around. Everyone smash that like button. Says Adam McCullough's #1 fan. Is my mum on YouTube again? Bloody hell, mum. You gotta stop making these accounts, man. 7 out of 10 says Tony Brown. He thinks it's a 7 out of 10. Thoughts on Morata? A lot of people commenting on Morata scuffing a penalty. Yeah, it doesn't change my opinion on him. I still think he's a good player. I think we got the better signing out of the two. Obviously, Lukaku proven in the Premier League, but I don't think Morata's a bad player, and I don't think a penalty miss changes that, to be totally honest with you. I think it's a little bit of a fickle reaction. And I think, you know, when people do it to us, people are like, why you staying up late to record a Romelu Lukaku shit first touch and all this? But then when it happens to someone else, everyone will say, Morata missed the penalty, you shit. Don't drop to their level. Don't drop to their level. Come on, guys. 7 out of 10 says Harry, need a new right back. Regatali says he loved it when he missed the pen. 6.5 out of 10 says Bandit Clans. Will Bale make this a full 10 out of 10 for you, Adam? Says Tian. I'm not too sure. We could end up spending like 100 million plus on him, and then I would think, ooh, it's a bit of a risk, isn't it? Especially given his recent injury record and probably his age. But will we do business with Real Madrid this summer? I just can't really see that happening, to be totally honest. So, Jones' appeal on Man United. Gortham says, yes, guys, I didn't notice this yesterday when we did a Super Cup preview. But when we did a Super Cup preview, I found out that Phil Jones' appeal had been successful, and he is now available for that UEFA Super Cup final. If you haven't seen the preview, then go and check it out. We had Zara presenting. We had myself, John Shin, who else was on? Abdullah and Simon Preston on. Simon Preston interviewed Usain Bolt as well this weekend for Full Time Devils, which was quality, innit? That's alright. Usain Bolt. I'm glad he weren't talking about joining United, because that does tick me off. But what an absolute legend Usain Bolt is. And it was sad to see that drug cheat beat him on the weekend. But yeah, Usain Bolt ain't never signing for Man United. Stop making stupid comments like that. Simon Preston, what a guy, says producer Chris. When are we making a video on Aurier? Probably when he signs. If he signs. When he signs. I don't know anything otherwise, but when he signs. Lukaku's going to be a goal machine, says Cameron Gill. Has it been confirmed, says Nouveau. The one that has been confirmed is Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, mate. That is official. That is done and dusted, and he will play for Leeds United in a season-long loan move. Whereas the other one, Fosu-Mensah, isn't done yet, but he is having a medical today, and pretty much everyone is reporting it. So it doesn't seem like there's any untruths in this one. We obviously heard last week the Sun saying he was on his way to Watford, was it? Looks like they got the wrong London club. Thank you, Harrison. We try and keep it realistic around here. Of course, there'll be some people that overreact to things. There'll be some people that get things wrong, because we have loads of different opinions on here. But what I try and do anyway, myself, is not try and be overreactive. Try and just relax a little bit. Look, I've said it all along. I don't want Fosu-Mensah to leave Man United. I thought he was good enough to play here and learn his trade here. But I also said, if he's not going to get minutes, I don't want to see Fosu-Mensah sit on the bench all season. I don't want to see him be in the squad but not in the team. So if that's the case, he needs to go out on loan. Now, if I could have handpicked a loan move to the Premier League, and I thought about it properly, and then I took into account the ball was there, I probably would have picked Crystal Palace. But I am sad to see him go. Fosu. Maybe we can get on to Crystal Palace. Try to get an interview with him while he's there. Producer Chris, do your magic. Go on. That's one way around the club. Man, guys, keep hitting that like button. You've been all absolute legends, by the way. People are only angry because they love Timbo, says David. I don't think anybody's angry, Dave. I think people are being quite honest in saying, look, I didn't want to see Fosu leave. But then they're looking on the other hand and they're saying, well, it makes sense. from a footballing perspective, it makes sense. So I can totally understand the reaction, and I think it's reasonable. Someone said, why is Matt Hummels there? Because he used to be linked with United, and when we made the background, he was in the press to be linked to United. Who do you think will sign? Most likely to sign if we do sign another player. I wouldn't be surprised to see us go back in for Perisic after making Inter Milan sweat on us not being interested for him. Can see TIMBO becoming one of Palace's top players this season. Very happy for him to get minutes, says Stu. Batshuayi laughing at Morata. What a lad. I haven't seen that at all, so I can't comment. Mourinho said he wants to bring a wide attacking player, not a right back, says Taz, which is very true as well. At right back, we have got cover in Matteo Darmian and Antonio Valencia, so do we need another one? Do we need another one? Not too sure. Axel can play there too, as guys are commenting. Zach commented about Axel. No, it's not Howson's background, it's my background. I had my one first, then Howson got one. Mine's broke as well. His isn't. Just putting that out there. I want a new background, by the way. Produce Chris. New background, please. Come on, sort it out. Right then, guys. Anyway, thank you for joining us here on Full Time Devils. You've all been absolute bloody legends, and I love every single one of you. I'm going to get out of here now, but as I said, I'll be back in 11 hours for tomorrow's transfers today. And of course, if this TIMBO news does get confirmed throughout the day, or whatever, something goes down, we will of course cover it then. But thank you very much for keeping the debate going in the comments. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I hate mornings, as you can tell by the state of this face, but I've plugged away and kept at it. So thank you very much for sticking with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We are trying to hit 500,000 by the end of the 2017-18 season, and with your help, we can do it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. For now though, guys, I've been Adam McCullough. I'll be back later, and I'm out of here. Bye.